Welcome to my channel. Subscribe and enjoy my new stories every day. The dull hum of the city faded into the background as I sat in the quiet of our living room, flipping aimlessly through the channels. The remote felt heavy in my hand, not from its weight but from the burden of the evening's silence. Adelia, my wife of 7 years, had been growing increasingly distant, her late nights at the office becoming more frequent, her explanations more elusive. The puzzle pieces never quite fit together, and tonight, the house felt emptier than usual. Unable to settle my restless thoughts, I reached for Adelia's phone, left carelessly on the coffee table. She never left her phone unattended. Curiosity prickled at the back of my mind as I swiped it open. She rarely bothered with a passcode, confident in her own secrecy. The call history opened up like a ledger of betrayal. Amidst the familiar numbers, a new entry caught my eye, an unknown number with multiple calls over the last few weeks, all at odd hours. The last call logged just before she walked in tonight. My pulse quickened as I pressed the number, my other hand clenched into a fist. Hello. The voice on the other end was deep, tinged with a confusion that mirrored my own. Who is this? I demanded, struggling to keep my voice steady. The man hesitated. Is this some kind of joke? Have you forgiven me? Everything with Veronica is in the past, I only love you. Don't hang up on me. His words struck like a sledgehammer. Not only was Adelia lying to me, but she was also being lied to, a twisted chain of deceit. The name Veronica hung between us, a specter of yet another secret life. Who are you talking about? Who's Veronica? I pressed, my voice rising in anger. The man paused, a heavy silence filling the gap. I must have dialed the wrong number. I'm sorry. But the damage was done. The seed of truth had sprouted a bitter vine of rage within me. I hung up, my mind racing. How deep did this betrayal go? How many lies had been woven into the fabric of our daily lives? As I sat there, the pieces of Adelia's duplicity painting a clearer picture, a cold resolve settled over me. The trust we had built over years crumbled in mere minutes. Revenge wasn't just a fleeting thought, it became a necessity. I couldn't let this deceit go unpunished. When Adelia walked through the door later that evening, her smile faltered at the sight of her phone in my hand. I watched as realization dawned on her face, the mask of innocence slipping. We need to talk, I said, my voice calm but cold, a stark contrast to the storm of emotions inside me. The confrontation was brief. Adelia's confessions spilled out, tangled and tearful. But the damage was irreversible. Our marriage, built on promises and trust, had been hollowed out by lies. In a fit of rage, fueled by betrayal and heartache, I made my decision. We would divorce, and our paths would part forever. The chapter of our life together closed with a bitter finality, but this was just the beginning. The road to retribution had just opened, and I was ready to walk it, step by vengeful step. The intrigue of the main plot was yet to unfold, and I was determined to uncover every lie and every deception. The morning after the confrontation, the city seems to echo my turmoil, clouds gathering like dark thoughts. I sit at the kitchen table, a cup of untouched coffee cooling in front of me, Adelia's words still ringing in my ears. The weight of the decision to divorce presses down on me, but beneath that, a fiercer determination simmers. I pick up my phone, the screen lighting up with missed calls and messages, friends, family, a few from Adelia herself, pleading for a chance to explain, to mend things. But the veil has been lifted, the trust is shattered. I need answers, and there's only one person who might have them, Veronica's mysterious lover. I scroll back through the call history, finding the number that started it all. My thumb hovers over the call button. I'm about to dive deeper into the mess, but I need to know how far the deception goes. The phone rings 3 times before he picks up. Hello. It's me again, I start, skipping formalities. The man from last night. We got off on the wrong foot, but I think we need to talk. It's about Adelia and Veronica. There's a pause, a shuffling on the other end. I don't know what you want me to say, the voice is wary now, guarded. I want the truth, I say sharply. Meet me. Face to face. Fine, he agrees after a long silence. Central Park, by the fountain. 1 hour. The city rushes past me as I make my way to the park, the gray skies a perfect backdrop for the meeting. As I approach the fountain, I spot him, a tall figure, alone, looking out over the water. His posture is tense, a man bracing for a storm. Are you him? I ask as I approach, my voice even. He turns, studying me with a careful gaze. You're her husband, then? I correct him, my jaw tightening. What happened between you and Veronica? He sighs, a sound of frustration and fatigue. It was a mistake. A few weeks of foolishness. I ended it, but she didn't take it well. And Adelia? I press, needing to know every painful detail. She was just another escape, I guess, he admits, his eyes not meeting mine. I didn't know she was married at first. When I found out, I tried to end it. The confessions add fuel to the fire of my anger, but they also forge a new link in the chain of my plan for revenge. This man, unwittingly, has given me the ammunition I need. So you cheat, you lie, and then what? You just walk away. My voice rises with my temper. It's not that simple, he starts, but I cut him off. It is for me, I say coldly. You're going to help me. Whether you like it or not, you're going to make things right. He studies me for a long moment, the realization of his own role in this saga dawning on him. Finally, he nods. What do you need me to do? Everything, I state firmly. We start by exposing everything. Every lie, every secret meeting. And you're going to help me take down not just Adelia, but Veronica too. His agreement is reluctant, but I don't need his enthusiasm, just his cooperation. As we part ways, the first drops of rain begin to fall, a fitting end to our dismal meeting. Back home, I start to put together a plan. This is more than just a divorce now, it's a crusade. A campaign to reveal the lies and betrayals that have marred my life. As I lay out my strategy, I know this is just the beginning. The storm has yet to break, and I am the one who will unleash it. The intrigue of the main plot thickens, promising more revelations and more retribution in the chapters to come. The city pulses with the hectic rhythm of the weekday morning as I make my way to Veronica's workplace, a plan simmering in my mind. The cold morning air bites at my skin, but it's nothing compared to the chill of determination that's settled in my core. I clutch a manila envelope tightly, the evidence compiled over the last few days, photos and messages that paint a clear picture of betrayal. I step into the bustling lobby of the sleek office building, making my way to the front desk. The receptionist, a young woman with sharp glasses, looks up with a professional smile. I need to see Veronica Stevens, I state, my tone brooking no argument. Do you have an appointment? She asks, her smile faltering under the intensity of my gaze. It's urgent, I press, sliding the envelope slightly out of my jacket, a silent threat of the chaos I'm ready to unleash. After a tense moment, she nods, dialing hastily on her phone. Minutes drag by, the hum of the office around me a stark contrast to the storm brewing within. Finally, she hangs up. She'll see you now. Floor 35, room 12, the receptionist directs me. The elevator ride up feels like ascending to a battlefield. My heart thuds loudly in my chest, each beat a drum of war against the deceit that has upended my life. I find the room, the doors slightly ajar. Veronica is there, her back to me as she gazes out the panoramic window overlooking the city. She turns as I knock lightly, her expression one of controlled surprise. Can I help you? She asks, her voice smooth, betraying none of the guilt I know she harbors. You can start by explaining this, I say, thrusting the envelope toward her. She takes it hesitantly, her fingers trembling slightly as she breaks the seal. As she sifts through the contents, her face drains of color, the facade of ignorance crumbling visibly. "What do you want?" she manages to ask, her voice a whisper of fear. "Answers." "And then, I want everyone to know the kind of person you really are," I reply, my voice steel. "This is a misunderstanding," she starts, but I cut her off with a sharp wave of my hand. "No more lies, Veronica. I know everything. How long you've been with him, how you lied to me. And now, it's time for the consequences." She sinks into her chair, defeated. "What do you plan to do?" she asks, a resigned tremor in her voice. "First, you're going to call him, in front of me. You're going to tell him it's over, and you're going to tell him why," I dictate, my tone leaving no room for negotiation. With shaking hands, she picks up the phone, dialing the number I know all too well. The speaker fills the room with his confused voice, and under my unwavering gaze, she stutters through the confession, each word a nail in the coffin of their secret. After the call, I stand, satisfaction mixed with the bitter aftertaste of revenge. This isn't the end, Veronica. The truth will come out. I leave her office with a heavy step, the burden of my actions weighing on me. Yet, the drive for retribution pushes me forward, through the lobby and out into the light of day. The battle may be won, but the war against the lies that have tainted my life is just beginning. I'm ready for the next move, ready to expose every deceitful thread until the tapestry of their betrayal is laid bare for all to see. The intrigue deepens, promising more revelations in the chapters to come. The heavy clouds that loom over the city seem to echo the storm raging within me as I head towards the last confrontation, the one that will end it all. I have arranged to meet Adelia at our once shared apartment, the setting for what will be the final unraveling of our life together. As I enter the familiar space, the memories of better times flash before my eyes, starkly contrasting with the cold, calculated anger that fuels my steps now. The room is dimly lit, shadows clinging to the corners like specters of our past happiness. Adelia is already there, standing by the window, her posture tense, apprehensive. "You wanted to see me," she begins, her voice a mix of wariness and a failed attempt at warmth. "Yes," I reply, my tone flat, as I close the door behind me with a definitive click. "To end this, once and for all." She turns to face me, the evening light casting her face in sharp relief. "I know I've made mistakes," she starts, but I cut her off. "Mistakes?" I scoff, stepping closer. "You call betrayal a mistake? You shattered everything with your lies." Adelia flinches, but there's a defiance in her eyes now. "What do you want from me? Haven't you done enough?" "Done enough?" I laugh, a sound devoid of any humor. "No, Adelia. Now everyone will know the truth. Not just about your infidelity but about who you really are." I pull out my phone, tapping on it to reveal a live stream, the camera pointing directly at us. Her eyes widen in shock as she realizes what I'm doing. "You're broadcasting this?" she gasps, taking a step back. "Exactly," I say, the words sharp as knives. "Let the world see the real Adelia." Her face crumbles, the mask of composure shattering. "Please, don't do this. I'm begging you." But my heart is hardened against her pleas. "Too late for regrets," I state coldly. Adelia's panic mounts as she watches the viewer count climb. "What do you want from me?" she cries out, desperation coloring her voice. "Nothing. I want nothing from you anymore," I reply icily. "This is not just our ending. It's your unveiling." As she sobs, broken and defeated, I turn the phone to capture her misery, broadcasting her downfall to anyone watching. Her secrets, once whispered in the shadows, are now highlighted in the stark light of public judgment. Finally, I end the stream, the finality of the act sinking in. I look at her, the woman I once loved, now just a stranger twisted by her own deceit. This is goodbye, Adelia, I say, the words heavy with the weight of finality. We will never see each other again. Leaving her there, amidst the ruins of her life, I walk out of the apartment, the door closing with a resonant thud behind me. The cool air greets me, a balm to the heated intensity of the confrontation. As I walk away, the burden of the past years begins to lift, the horizon promising a new, untainted beginning. In the end, the deception was laid bare, the betrayers left to face their own shattered reflections. And as for me, I step into a future unencumbered by the chains of betrayal, the echoes of the final act resonating as a stark reminder of the cost of deceit.